Hi friends, welcome back to the Marketing Nomad YouTube channel. December is here. I really like December. It brings about such a natural shift in the pace of life. Things automatically slow down and it feels like there's an open invitation to pause and reflect on life without feeling guilty. To me, December is all about finding simplicity amidst all the chaos that's been happening over the year. I decided to make a very simple and grounding dish, garlic bread and salad. Now the salad ingredients, I had it in my house, but for the garlic bread, I ordered French baguette from the Obroma. There's me having a really nice interaction with the Swiggy delivery partner. Now, for me, December is just such a beautiful time to look back on the year. What went well, the small wins, the big wins, the wins that we didn't really tell anyone, or the wins that we couldn't really tell anyone. For me, this year, there were many such wins, and as I was making this dish, I really took some time to just think about those moments that I was proud of myself this year. Now, as I was slicing through the garlic bread and very fiercely, if I may add, the thing is, I didn't have a proper knife for this and I realized it only later, but I still went ahead with it. A pro tip that I do have for you as you are cutting through the French baguette is to cut it a little bit slant so that when you're putting in the butter, it just slides through. I kind of made the openings a little bit wider as well, as you can see. And then I just got started with making the butter for the garlic bread. Now, as I was making the butter, I continued my reflections for the year. Yes, some things did go well this year, but there were also things that didn't go the way that I hoped this year. And as those events or incidents or experiences were happening to me, there was a part of me that was really dejected. Yes, I did feel sad. At the time, I kind of wondered why things were not happening the way that I wanted them to. But I feel that's the best part about December, with its slower pace and these quieter moments. It really gives me the space to step back and give myself a chance to shift my perspective about what didn't go my way this year. So I took some time to ask myself, yes, there were some things that weren't going the way that I had hoped, but what was happening instead? Was there something better that was happening instead? Something may have been breaking down in my life, but was it actually something better coming together? Where was I being redirected to? All of these questions were filling my head as I was making this garlic bread. It's often in hindsight that I see how life sometimes was gently nudging me towards something different. It may not have been what I imagined for myself this year. It may not have even been what I was hoping for this year. But oftentimes, especially in December, when I look back and I kind of see how life was actually unfolding for me that particular year, it often leads me to shift my perspective and remember, or I guess realize, that everything was actually happening for me. Whatever rejections were happening, those were redirections. Whatever I was not planning for, perhaps it was actually something that I needed at that point in time, or it was needed to happen to take me to where I was supposed to go or where I wanted to go. As I was reflecting on this, kind of putting in the butter in those little gaps as well, I realized that this time that we get is so precious, isn't it? I feel like the entire year, 11 months in a year, we're just go, 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 go. But December, it gives us that time to just stop, look back. And we don't even have to feel guilty about it because that's just what December is, you know? And so, yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Very, very deep reflections as I was making this simple dish. Like I said, given it was so simple, I actually had a lot of time to think and just reflect. I am actually putting the butter over the bread just to get it a little bit crispy. That was me putting it in the oven for about 7 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. And then I just cut through the bread and you get those individual pieces. This one was so delicious. All right, I highly recommend making it. Then it was time for me to set up my kind of counter for the salad. All right. Like I said, all of the ingredients were pretty much in my house. The coriander was in my mom's fridge. And the mustard, as you saw in the beginning of the video, was actually my garden, and I just took some time to kind of cut it from the plant outside. It's growing so well, by the way. So I just cut some tomatoes, kind of made them into very tiny pieces. I also ended up cutting some green pepper or capsicum, whichever part of the world, however you'd like to call it. And for me, I wanted it to be really small chunks just because the garlic bread was a little bit big. I don't know if the logic makes sense, but I kind of felt that I was already going to be munching big bites with the garlic bread, so I wanted the salad to be small. It just made sense in my head, okay? We're just gonna run with it right now. Then I added also some cucumber just to give it that fresh taste. This was cucumber that was in the fridge. I highly recommend kind of putting it in there for some time just so that it kind of gives you that cool taste as well. It's not necessary, but I kind of liked it when it was added in. Then I had boiled some chickpeas and I just put that in as well. And my mom had actually soaked and dried these bean sprouts about, I think, a day or two before. She needed it for another dish. Those were leftovers, so I was like, mine, I'm gonna take it. So I took it for my salad as well. Then there was half a piece of onion. Again, that was already there. And I just decided to put it in as well. And then I had to make the dressing very, very simple. I didn't want to complicate this, so it was just lemon juice that I squeezed from fresh lemons. Actually, it was just one lemon, and I think I used the whole one. And after that, I just put a bit of salt, and I also put a bit of pepper, and I just mixed it really, really well. So that was my dressing, and trust me, as simple as it looks, it was so good. It really meshed with the other ingredients that I put in. Then I decided to chop some coriander as well. And of course, the mustard that I had plucked from our garden, I decided to put that in as well. My mom uses the stalk for something else, so I just put that aside. And it's just a personal preference for me, all right? The stalk is a little bit bitter for me, so I just decided to put it out. But my mom uses it for other dishes. I just wanted to put that out there. Then I just put the dressing, and I did put quite a bit because I kind of like the lemon taste. When I'm eating the salad, I need it in every single bite. So that was me putting, but of course you can adjust it to your taste. And I mixed the salad And that was pretty much it. This didn't take much time at all. The garlic bread and the salad, really, it was quite fast. And that's me just plating up and feeling very, very excited. I do want to say that as I was making this dish, I also realized that reflecting upon the year that has passed, sometimes it isn't always easy. But it helps me reframe those moments, especially the moments that didn't go the way that I'd hoped. It helps me reframe those not as failures, but perhaps as a part of a bigger story, maybe one that's still unfolding, maybe I just can't see it yet. And to me, that is the promise of December. And I hope that this video inspires you too to take a pause, make something simple and nourishing for yourself, and reflect on all the little moments that made this year yours. And sometimes things don't go the way that we hope, and that's okay. That's okay that it made us sad or dejected when it did happen. But when we get time, it helps. It helps to see what might have been happening instead. Where could life have been gently redirecting us? December is the perfect time to slow down, ask these questions, and find meaning in the journey. I really hope that you liked this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.